also works. That's also a valid excuse.
It's the drive up was fine. It's the drive back, it's a fucking killer.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
know. God love you. I fell for you the last time
you've
we were
that.
up there. It's like
You've that
the
well.
Brian's like recharging.
You've it well sussed. Oh, no, I literally, I had to just go. All right, I have to drive now. All right, fucking give me 20 minutes.
Yeah,
And although I'm better at driving, I'm driving doesn't take the energy out of me now. So
because
time will
you're more
tell.
used to it now as well. As that,
Time will.
that's
It's looking good. It's looking
yeah.
good. I'm regaining myself. But
Mm,
I can certainly see it in Ethan the way he is just all about people. He
yeah,
is a fucking magnet to interesting people, different people. I was very assured that I display the same amount of, hi, how's it going? You all right? To
mm,
every single different variant of human being, regardless of whether I am of the same fucking shade as them or not. And he's the exact same now. I
yeah.
adore. And it's really disarming to see people who you would think would assume he'd be freaked out by you, but he's not. And it's just fucking glorious to see him just see people.
Mm,
Hi man, hi lady, hi man, hi lady. And it's just great that he just doesn't give a fuck. And it's
yeah.
just seeing him just go to be, and he's just looking at people, and they look at him. Son, in lifts, he gets you in lifts. It's close fucking waters. He's a fucking great lad. It's like the social equivalent of a cage match.
Yeah.
You're locked in now. I'll get you, and he just fucking gets at you.
And here he goes. And Triple H rocks his opponent with the knee.
Staring at motherfuckers while they're going up to the fucking fifth floor of some fucking errant fucking capitalist nightmare. And and he's looking and looking and looking and looking and looking, and they look at him, and he just gives them the makes people sense.
He
Now,
wins.
when I do it, they hit the emergency stop button.
Whereas you were drooling, whereas Ethan isn't. So that might have something to
Absolutely
do with it.
fucking false. That is a false fucking narrative. I will not have you. How
Brian, there are
dare? How
witnesses.
dare?
There's
He is a
witnesses, Brian.
dribbly fuck of the highest fucking order. I know because I keep needing to buy fucking bibs.
Yeah, do you know why? Because he's two. He's cute. You it's like that's the age is a
I'm
factor there.
I am adorable as fuck. Look at me. Look at me. I grew this hair. I grew this.
Oh,
I'm
believe me,
a
I
fuck,
know. I've seen
what's the
evidence of that on the what
without
life.
yes. What's the name of them? The fucking not the towel trolls. What's the fucking hair toy we all fucking had or that was floating around the 90s? The
Trolls.
fucking
Yeah.
no, the pet. What's some type of fucking pet or something that grew? Chia pet. There we fucking
Oh,
go.
the sheep. Yeah.
I'm a fucking human equivalent of a fucking chia pet. That's a fucking I am. Um, but it's I listen. His crash has fucking heat with me.
Oh.
I put a bib on him in the morning and it doesn't come back in the afternoon. The pile of fucking bibs is getting ever higher. I stood in that fucking room today waiting for my child to be changed by the staff. Every child in that room was wearing the bib that I'd fucking bought. And I told them all, listen, you little bollocks. Told them all. See you. Put down the fucking blocks. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I am your father now. Each one of them had his fucking bibs on them. Little bastard. And there's a fucking rake of them. Rake of the fucking bibs. I bought. With the money I make from this YouTube channel.
Sorry, let me just check that fucking back because
Where that fucking lodgement went. Bib. Daddy needs his bib money. I've been running ads. I've been running background ads without you realizing, Jonathan.
I had a
Sorry.
feeling, I did find it weird that you were somehow doing ads for eToro, but I said that was a good gig for you in fairness.
Hey, big Russia, look. eToro, he talks a load of bullshit, works perfectly.
Better than AI
Yeah.
slop anyway.
Oh man, it's just something in all the kids. I am now a safe person for children. I was always a safe person for children to be around, but I'm especially fucking safe now for kids to be around. I've trained in the dojo. That I stood there. I was waiting for him. Literally, I was very grateful that the teacher brought him out and changed him. I was like, thank fuck. It's fucking 10 minutes of my life fucking saved.
Yeah.
And It's a very technical process. Um, and she brought him out. I was waiting there, and the kids very, very terrifyingly went from ta la 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 to holy fuck, they're fucking pooling. 6 of them. Oh, like children of the fucking corn all went fresh meat. It's like Waldorf and Stanley, but like fucking humans. Like each one of them to a fucking child came up, showed me something, and I went, "That's lovely." Blocks, cars, toys, the bloodied hand of another child that he won in the cage earlier.
Of course,
It was
yes.
just, but they all did it. All the kids turned to the new person and went, "What's your fucking story?" And I went, "It's all right, I own one of yous." And it was the oddest, weirdest fucking scenario. When Ethan came back in and went, "Daddy," ran towards me, they all went, "Ah, he's all right." Ethan has vouched for him. And they went back to their fucking toys. Fucking
No, the other
weird.
was he realizes that okay, which one of us owns him?
Yeah. Hang on, is he yours? Ah, he's not fucking mine. My dad's not nearly that
The only
fucking
way I
smart.
recognize is if I hand him a block and he and see how he responds with this thing
Oh
with the
yeah, I
six.
must have failed. I must have failed the fucking curling test with them. That must have been it.
Brian, you're
Yeah,
a
yeah.
fucking rat in the cage. They played you. They played you like a fucking fiddle, like.
Despite
Totally
despite
played
all
you.
despite all
Yeah.
my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage. But the world is but the world is a vampire. Um there's I was just deadly just having them, and I was just like, I could Pied Piper the fuck out of these kids now because I speak toddler. There's a certain way to talk to toddlers. It's fucking great. If you
Hmm.
can just wind them up really and just be like, right, off you go. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Good luck. They're
Someone else's
just
problem now.
they are really the most malleable little. Jesus, Elijah, you're coming fucking right. Him, Elijah, and his fucking camera angles. He is working that fucking camera. Jesus fuck.
I think it's one of his mates doing the camera work for him. You know, kind of way like he's not like
Yeah.
he's actually his own. Like how like Logan Paul has his awful fucking cunts following him around everywhere. Like I know I don't I'm not going to complain about other people's jobs generally speaking because again my job isn't exactly that glamorous. Um, but oh my fucking god, if I was having to follow around a gas bag like him all day, I would hate myself. You know, kind of way. Like,
They,
again, I've been involved in YouTube a while, and like I'm relieved with the fact that like you know we're essentially self-publishing. We don't have this kind of like mad overlord telling us that we need to do these type of videos or else we'll get nothing. We won't be able to feed our families this Christmas. You know, because talking, you know, this is part-time shit. You know, but like I could never in my wildest fucking like nightmares have to like follow him around and try and make him look nice or good or at least the very least amoral. You
he,
know,
they locked children
hmm,
contractually locked children in content houses.
yeah,
Like, regardless of the crypto scams and the gambling and the absolute just Pied Pipering of fucking children, you could
yeah.
just see the not very nice
No,
most of the time. I'm sure he could be sound maybe for a half an hour, maybe. But there's an in the same way we were saying, I don't think he would answer the question well. How are
hmm,
you? You all right, Paul? How are you?
hmm.
Huh? How are you? Like, what's the crack? You all right?
I think you said we said that a few weeks ago, didn't we? In on the last recording we had when Jamie was here, it's like you can kind of tell like how like the current breed of American politicians are all just like natural sociopaths because you like they have trained themselves not to be disarmed by a normal question by a normal person. You know, kind of way they have like trained themselves almost to be replicants, like cheating the void contests. That's kind of their kind of energy at the minute. We're like it's more important for them to not to be heard or seen to say anything important, or else bad things happen to them behind the screen,
I
behind the fucking
love
screen. You know,
a lot of what oddest fucking thing is have you looked at the new Daredevil? Born Again?
some of it, yeah, I've seen clips of it thereabouts, but
Join
it's
it.
not the full show. Yeah.
Very much. last episode I watched was very Wilson Fisk heavy and very political intrigue heavy, and like
Mm.
that all side of him and the story arc, the inherent no spoilies. But it was
Yeah.
fascinating to see, and I saw the comparison with like the bit of political fucking jargon I look at every now and again, mainly in the form of John Oliver and
Yeah. But he put it in a very digestible manner, in fairness.
yeah, but you can see, and John Stewart.
Mm.
They're grand. And a fella, Josh Johnson as well, who writes for
Right.
John Stewart. I can adore him
Mm.
easily. My favorite comedian at the moment, and Troy Bond. There you go. Here's me too. But
Yeah.
you can see where there's something in the way all the good stuff we don't
Mm.
see. They're all town hall meetings and local constituent stuff where
Yeah.
people go, for fuck's sake, Bill, we only talked about this last night and now you're sitting up on the board saying something different. This is a load of bollocks. That stuff we don't really see. Well, by the right social media, I've seen it, but you don't
Yeah.
see that stuff. You see, we see what we're.
It's not for us. Yeah, in fairness.
Well, we
That's
see what we're
yeah.
shown, and we see what what we're tapped into. But
Yeah.
you can see in Irish politicians are the weaseliest fuckers,
Mm.
and I don't understand why they're allowed to continue to be weaselly fuckers when, surprisingly, day-to-day walk around, you wouldn't get it. I would fucking love to sit down and have a chat with Micheál Martin and go, why do I think you're such a cunt?
Mm.
Can you explain that one to me? Why do I hate you? Because I'm sure you're probably nice. I would hope. Like we were saying, we are of the one tribe. But there has to be something in... Why? Why do I automatically... Oh, no, I've had a personal thing for years when as soon as a political party takes
Yeah.
power, I automatically hate them. I am ever the what's the fucking... No, you're in power and then there's the opposition. There you go.
Yeah, the
I'm-
opposition. Yeah.
I'm opposition. I always feel like I'm opposition. I always feel like I need to speak for opposition. There's just something in me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Fucking answers on a fucking postcard. Please help me mentally. But I can just see where this. I could have the exact same person who I would have voted for, and who I have
Yeah.
voted for, and the second I get into power, I'm like, right, justify my love for you.
Hmm.
No. Dance for daddy.
Yeah.
And there's none of that anymore.
Mm.
There's no plamassing anymore. It's just, you're getting what you're getting and that's it. But you know what? Has its benefits. If you can keep the stiff, keep the shift, keep going. Let's stay on point,
Yeah.
stay on shift, keep the ship fucking steady, whatever, pick your fucking analogy, fucking Hakuna Matata. And
Yeah.
we'll get there. But no one, there's no free flowing access to anybody in Irish politics. You get in and you can get fucked you can get fucked until we say otherwise.
Mm.
And it kind of lets things get fucking done in the right way, in the manner in which we want them to. Therein lies the debate. But I would personally love to be able to know and even have a say in who is the minister for what.
Yeah.
That's a fascinating one. All right, we're in. Good luck. This person gets a minister's position and is able to retire on X amount. And if you get so many minister positions, you get so much money.
Mm.
Literally. Jobs for the boys. Jobs for the fucking boys. And I don't mind that. Personally, don't mind that because our government was set up not thinking that it was going to last a week.
That's true. Yeah.
And it's never been changed.
You have to get him in the door to begin with. Like, yeah.
Our parliament was set up still worrying that Westminster were going to turn around and say, actually, we've thought about it. Nah. And it's still like that. It hasn't changed. We really need to maybe consider having a little bit of fucking self-esteem as a nation and saying, you get a fucking year. I wouldn't even fucking allow past fucking 3 months without a fucking check-in. But there's no there's zero accountability.
Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing. Doesn't matter. It actually, It's very disheartening.
I think there's all there could be a kind of a cultural thing as well because like again our news kind of cycles are just it's all countries all at once now kind of absorbed. Where like say like 20 25 years ago you would have only got kind of got the footnotes of what's happening in the States, let's say, where like you might know who the president is, you might know if they're probably at war somewhere, and you might like kind of see like okay there's another presidential race, like who's going for it this time. Oh, it's old white man versus another old white man. Fantastic, I love that pair up, you know.
Right.
But I think because now the news cycle is so decentralized now, where like you could say you can go on the Reddit and see what's happening with like the fucking Polish general election equally as much as your own. And again, there's a kind of cultural top trumps here where like, you know, America has always been perceived as a kind of like leader of the free world. So therefore what kind of happens over there is almost seen as the main event compared to all the other elections we've had. You know, doesn't matter like who gets in power in Ireland. Not really. You have a choice of two or two, and that's it. And then whatever basically like, you know, what flavor of like vanilla do you want? Do you want one with the raspberry ripple or do you want with the chocolate chunks? Because that's basically what you're getting. You're not
But
getting
nothing,
anything, you know.
nothing. It's the weirdest thing that nothing changes. Nothing changes because of governments. Therefore,
Yeah.
the governments never change.
Hmm.
And I look, both of us know because of our day to days, and I can tell you that there's better work being done by people who will never see the fucking light of a fucking
Oh yeah.
public facing camera. Brilliant fucking people doing great work every fucking day, and they'll never get a fucking hint of fucking aplomb or praise. And yeah, you get the fucking ribbon snippers
Hmm.
everywhere. There's ribbon snippers everywhere, and you know what? Let
Yeah.
them snip the ribbons and let the real work be done. And there's great work being done by great people. And there's great people challenging local constituents every day as well, which should actually be really, really emphasised that change can happen. OTT had Danhausen. We can have good things.
Yeah. It's possible. You just have to just like keep shouting a Joker Bray until he complies.
Well,
It's
there's
like
something.
the metaphor is Joker Bray, the Irish politician, and it's like, why are you like this, Joe? Just fucking come on. You can do you
Um,
run the ambassador. Why have you been lying to yourself?
given the monopoly that the two centrist parties have in Ireland in comparison to Irish wrestling promotions, yeah, pretty fucking straightforward fucking connection there.
Yeah.
One who has that is
Joe
absolutely
can be very
horrifying.
territorial when it comes to like a new show in town, as Fight Factory have learned, and other less professional outfits, shall we say?
You can just see where it's able to. It's just fascinating that we could solve it all in a week.
Yeah,
Everybody,
but that requires
like
efforts.
we could genuinely, 100% all. If we locked in for 6 months, we could solve each problem fucking categorically between all of us. Not a fucking bother. Easily. We're trying to fucking get that's like herding fucking cats. And
Yeah.
by right, people are only going to be interested in the thing that they are inherently interested in. What I'm personally interested in and would love to see development in. Like only locally here, we got a playground in.
Hmm.
That was by the mandate of the people of the area.
Yeah.
And you know what happened the second they got the playground in? They want a running track in the park as well. Development makes more development.
Hmm.
More makes more, which is great. But you know what they didn't do? Have a fucking bin run that made
Yeah.
sure that the bin outside the playground was being taken fucking properly. They were more interested in that. They've snipped the ribbon and off they fuck.
Hmm.
It's like more people have been brought to this central location, therefore meaning that both regular refuse
Structure
bins
requirements, yeah.
and the dog refuse bins are far more fuller and get far more use than they were. That's like, that is it summed up perfectly. Hooray, we've a brand new playground. It's beautifully designed and everything's fresh and lovely and safe and good. Why the fuck is there a pile of rubbish over there?
Yeah.
It's literally the perfect summation of it.
It's like sometimes when you commit to something, you realize like, oh, here are these completely foreseen consequences that we haven't factored in. It's like,
But they know. They are known.
yeah.
They are known. I know. I've
Yeah.
been in the room. I've been in the room for some non-effective fucking meetings, and I see where I'm like, lads, by the way, fucking 2 weeks time, this is gonna be a bother. telling you now. And they go, I know, but we have to keep on fucking point and get this. You know, it's just, what do you want? Like it's like the fucking wacky racers. Do you want to get over the line with how many wheels?
Oh, believe me, I know exactly how that feeling is. I have that exact scenario in my own job as well, and it's more important for them to get it over the line rather than it being actually like functional and working. Whereas like we're the ones who actually have to work with this. So
yeah,
I am gonna pump the handbrake when I say so, because I'm not gonna live like this because you want to meet your deadline. Fuck your deadline. Deliver us a better product.
I've only started certain initiatives in work now where I'm like, you know what, I may not be here. I may leave the section I'm in and go elsewhere. But while I'm here, I'll be rising all tides, lads. I'm not having this anymore. That's for me, like I can't. I find it very difficult to say idly by.
Yeah.
For better and worse. And I can just see where I have gained some amount of clarity, let's call it, because of recent medical advancements. That I'm just like, right, I actually have the mental energy to devote to something else now. That I'm not constantly trying to fucking reframe and I untangle the fucking Christmas tree lights every day.
Yeah.
That now that's seemingly remains some way fucking structurally sound, I can now fucking move on to other things. But trying to fucking tell people that, like I was telling you before we jumped on, I was fuming at an email that my colleagues didn't realize why I was annoyed. I'm like, you don't understand. I'm not being rational right now. And the fact that I have to communicate this through a fucking Microsoft Teams message without you really knowing how fucking annoyed I am is making me more annoyed.
That's to say, you can't express yourself. Yeah.
Like, if we were on a video call, you'd understand. You shut the fuck up is important right now, because I'm fucking furious. And you need to just read the fucking room, and there's no reading the room through that form of communication. But in the same way that there's certain people will isolate themselves and purposely, my favourite word, silo themselves to just get things over the line. And you know what? That does get certain things done, but not against the people who are actually turning around and going,